In a world obsessed with highlight reels and sponsorship deals, there was one man who didn't train for cameras. He trained for pain, for pressure, for war. Muhammad Ali didn't prepare to win comfortably. He trained to suffer gloriously. Because when the lights faded and the crowd disappeared, Ali knew one thing would remain: the work. This isn't about speed bags and slogans. This is about what it really took for the greatest to become the man who could go 15 rounds and still smile. This is the truth behind how Muhammad Ali trained for 21 rounds of hell. Chapter 1. The Wind. Ask anyone who trained with Ali. They'll tell you he was obsessed with wind. Not the kind you feel, the kind you lose when your lungs are on fire in round 12. Ali called it getting his wind. And it started before dawn, 5 miles, every day. Not in fancy running shoes, but in heavy boots. Not on tracks, on rough roads, through parks, up hills. Sometimes backwards, sometimes sideways. Legs burning, heart pounding, breath short, and still he ran. Ali believed if his legs gave out, his greatness would collapse with them. So he built an engine that never stalled. Sometimes he'd race cars alongside him. Sometimes he'd run with young kids chasing behind him, laughing. But he never slowed down, never stopped. His mindset? Simple. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Chapter 2. The Science of Rhythm. Ali didn't train like other fighters. He didn't bulk up. He didn't chase muscle. He chased rhythm. He was an artist in motion, and his body was the brush. Every day he shadowboxed in front of mirrors, for hours, studying his reflection like a scientist, tuning each step, each feint, each flick of the jab. He'd whisper to himself, "You too slow, you too flat, fix it." Ali's greatest weapon wasn't his fists. It was timing, distance, precision. He trained to hit and not be hit, to disappear from danger like smoke. And that dance, that smooth glide across the canvas, it came from thousands of hours of rope skipping, not casually, intensely. 30, 40 minutes without pause. Fast, furious, floating. Ali made conditioning beautiful. Chapter 3. Sparring was war. Training camp wasn't a rehearsal. It was a battleground. Ali's sparring sessions were legendary and terrifying. He didn't spar 3 rounds. He sparred 20, sometimes 30. With fresh fighters rotating in every few rounds to keep the pressure high. Some tried to hurt him. He didn't care. He invited it. Because he knew, if you don't break in training, you won't break under the lights. In the build-up to the rumble in the jungle, Ali sparred with bruisers who mimicked George Foreman's power. Ali let them swing freely, pinning himself to the ropes, learning, adapting, letting his body absorb punishment, not to toughen up, but to understand the storm he was about to face. The ropes became his lab. His body became his experiment. Pain wasn't his enemy. It was his teacher. Chapter 4. Training in Hell for One. Before the Thrilla in Manila, Ali set up camp in the Philippines, a place where the gym hit over 100 degrees. No fans, no AC, just sweat, humidity, and silence. His team begged him to move. Ali refused. "I want to feel hell," he said, "because that's where Fraser's taking me." He trained in the heat until his skin burned, until his breath came in ragged gasps, until every step felt like fire, because he knew Fraser wouldn't wilt. So Ali trained himself to like the burn. Chapter 5. Water, weights, and the grind. Ali wasn't just about roadwork and sparring. He found new ways to build endurance. He punched underwater, hundreds of punches per round, fighting the resistance. Every jab felt like pushing through concrete. The benefit? Insane lung capacity, shoulders that never tired, a rhythm that couldn't be broken. He did hundreds of sit-ups daily, but not regular ones. Sometimes his trainer would drop medicine balls on his stomach during the reps, to teach him to breathe through impact, to teach him how to stay calm when the pain hit. He didn't count reps. He counted the burn. He once said, "I start counting when it starts hurting." Those are the only ones that count. Push-ups, chin-ups, dips. Hundreds every single day. No machines, no chrome gym floors. Just his body and his will. Chapter 6. Mind over muscle. What separated Ali wasn't just the miles or the sparring. It was his mindset. He could suffer longer than you. That was his secret. He didn't just train for the early rounds. He trained for the moments when your body betrays you, when your arms feel like bricks, when your legs turn to jelly, when your lungs are on fire and your heart begs you to quit. That's when Ali came alive. That was round 21, the mythical round, the place where champions are forged and pretenders fall. He trained to live there, to be comfortable in agony, to smile when others broke. The result? Ali fought 61 professional bouts, won 56, three-time heavyweight champion of the world. He didn't always win with power. He won with pressure, with survival, with soul. In Manila, he fought 14 brutal rounds against Frazier. Said it was the closest thing to death he ever felt. But he didn't die, because he trained for it. Final words, Ali didn't train to be pretty. He didn't train for show. He trained for forever. He trained for the rounds that don't show up on the scorecard. The ones fought in silence, in pain, in darkness. Where will beats skill and heart beats muscle. That's why he's the greatest. Not just because he could float, but because when the fire came, he stood in it and never moved.